Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy day after Thanksgiving. Wow. Happy day after Thanksgiving. How are you guys doing today? I am here to just say hey and see how you guys are doing. Normally I'm here on Thursday, but I am here on Friday today because yesterday was Thanksgiving. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to spend some quality time with my family. So just looking forward to that. And we had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving as well. Trying to swipe it left to see the comments. And when I swipe it left, it just says tag friends. So still not seeing the comments, but that's okay. We will continue on. So, hey, thanks for tuning in. Please like and share. Please like and share. This is 15 minutes of inspiration, and I know this 15 minutes will go extremely fast. So if you would please like and share, I would greatly appreciate it if you guys could do that. And I am just going to get started here shortly. I'm going to see if I can log on to the computer and see the comments, because for some reason I'm not seeing the space where the comments show up. But I'm not going to let that stop me. We're going to keep on moving forward. So if you all that don't know, I am Teresa McCurry. I'm the CIO, Chief Inspirational Officer of Inspire Me Incorporated. And I'm also the Senior Pastor at New Beginnings Ministries. And welcome to our 15 minutes of inspiration. Normally every Thursday at 2 o'clock I come on and I just give you a nugget of inspiration. And I give nuggets for ministry leadership, marketplace leadership, organizational leadership, change agents, and kingdom development in the community of God. So that's my target market, and that's what I'm here for. And you know what? We come out of this book called Running Things, The Resilient Spirit of a Leader. And this book is a 52-week leadership devotional. So every week I come on, and if you want to follow along in the book, that's fine. If not, you can just dive in wherever you feel comfortable to dive in at. So I am about to get started. And today we're on week number 35. So we're on week number 35. So if you want to look in the book and get on week 35, that would be awesome. If not, I understand. A lot of people are going back watching the replay, so you can watch the replay here on the live, or you can go into the, having a brain cramp. Did that ever happen to y'all? YouTube. You could go to YouTube and you could watch it right there on YouTube, and you could catch up on all the weeks at one time. Hi, Betty. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you tuning in today, and everybody else that's tuning in. Like I said, today we're on week 35 in Running Things, The Resilient Spirit of a Leader. And I'm just going to dive right in. So if you have your book, you want to go to week 35. And week 35, the topic is customer service excellence. Customer service excellence. Somebody put that in the chat for me, please. Customer service excellence. And when you think about customer service, whether you're in business or whether you're in ministry or if you're heading an organization, customer service is key. And I look at customer service in business as the lifeblood of your business, because if you're not treating your customers well, they won't come back. And if you're not treating your customers well, they'll tell other people that you're not treating them well, and then they won't come back either. You know what? A complaint will go further than a compliment. So a lot of times when we go places, I try to make it my point to compliment when I get good customer service, because I think that whoever's in charge needs to know that they're giving out good customer service. And that's very important. So with that being said, I'm just going to give you 5 bullet points, 5 nuggets about customer service that you can share as you move along in your journey as it relates to customer service. So 1, communicate clearly with your customers. Communicate clearly with your customers. So it's important for you to communicate clearly with your customers so they can understand what's being said and make sure they understand what's being said. How many times have you communicated with someone and you said something and they thought you said something else, and then they turn around and repeat that back to you, and you like, no, that's not what I said. No, that's not what I meant. That's not it at all. So with that, you want to make sure you're communicating clearly with your customers. And sometimes you can even ask them, so what did you hear me say? And then they can communicate that back to you, and you can make sure that you're on the same page when you're communicating with your customers. So important for excellent customer service. And then always speak in positive language. You can say the same thing, but is a way that you can say it positively, that has a positive connotation. And then there's a way that you can say it that has a negative connotation. The only thing that comes to my mind right now is just thinking about people saying, I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight. It's that time of year. Everybody talking about going on a diet. Everybody talking about losing 10, 15 pounds. So I found out I don't want to lose anything. I want to gain. So instead of saying I want to lose weight, I say I want to gain a slender figure. So when you're talking to your customers, you don't want to say, well, this is the cheapest that we have, because cheap has a negative connotation. It doesn't denote that it's quality. So you say, you know what, this is the least expensive one that we have. So you get it? So you want to communicate in a language that is of a positive flow, of a positive vibe. So you always want to use a positive language when you're communicating with your guests, okay? Then next, you want to give credence to customers' complaints. Every once in a while, you will get a customer complaint. You don't want to just blow it off like it's nothing, like whatever they want to tell you have no value. You want to give credence to it. So when giving credence to a customer complaint, you want to say, okay, you want to hear them all the way out. And then after you hear them out, you want to repeat what was said. You want to apologize for whatever it is that they were experiencing that wasn't of the quality or wasn't of the expectation that they had. And then ask them, well, what can we do to make it better? What can we do? You know what? I've learned that when you say, what can we do to make it better? People are almost kind of shocked because they're not super sure what it is that they want to make it better. So you say, okay, so what can we do to make it better? And then a lot of times they'll just pause for a minute and then they'll think, I already have it in my mind what I want. So if somebody was to ask me, well, what can we do to make it better? Just depending on what it was, I was like, okay, well, I don't feel like I should pay for this today, or I don't feel like I should do this, or I feel like I should get a 100% refund for whatever it is that I was complaining about. So always have in mind what it is that you want and what it is that you're going to do for the customer. So if you're the one and you're receiving a customer complaint, you want to be crystal clear about what it is that you can and cannot do for the customer. One thing that I find that whenever I'm calling a company or organization, and I'm dissatisfied with something, I always ask for the decision maker, because the reality is, and I don't know, y'all can give me some hearts or say I feel you in the comments. Have you ever talked to somebody on the phone with a complaint and you told them the whole story for them to tell you that there's nothing that they can do and then they need to pass you on to somebody else? How frustrating is that? That is so frustrating. So I said, you know what? I need to talk to a decision maker. And a lot of times they'll say, well, what is it that you need, Miss McCurry? Because if you tell me what you need, maybe I can help you with it. I would say, baby, are you a decision maker? Because if you're not a decision maker, then you can't help me. And you know if you're a decision maker or not. You know if you're the receptionist, you're not going to be able to make certain decisions. If you're the supervisor, if you're the manager, if you're the whoever, as you go higher up the ladder. So I always say I wanted to speak to a decision maker because I don't want to keep repeating my story. And then I want to just talk to somebody and get a decision made and be done with it. So that's one of the things that I do. I always ask, can I speak to a decision maker? I need to talk to somebody that can make a decision as it relates to whatever it is that I'm talking about. One is avoid to take care of a guest complaint really expeditiously, like you're speeding through their complaint, like you're rushing through it. You're not taking the time and giving them eye contact and listening to what they're saying and nodding your head and taking it all in and not interrupting them and giving them an opportunity to speak whatever it is that they want to speak as it relates to something that they're dissatisfied with. Because one thing will happen is, like, if somebody has a complaint and then you're like, yeah, okay. And then next, they're even madder because they're mad already because they're coming to you in reference to a complaint. And then if you come and you just go through it just like that, and then that just makes them even madder because they feel like you're rushing them through. So take the time and don't deal with customer complaints with speed, just really, really fast. And then last, know how to close the conversation. So if somebody is complaining about something and you need to know how to close the conversation. And normally you want to close with, are there any questions? Or what questions do you have? Is there anything else I can do for you? Were you satisfied with the results of whatever it is that we did, right? So you want to close the conversation with that on a positive note, giving them an opportunity to express anything else that they might have on their mind, anything else that they might have on their heart. So that is ways of giving excellent customer service or operating in customer service excellence. So it's like, well, Teresa, you ain't talk about excellence. You talked about complaints. Because if you don't have the complaints and if you deal with the complaints properly, then you're on the road to customer service excellence. So the key is to serve customers with excellence. You know, the tagline for this week says, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. I'm going to say that again. Somebody put it in the chat for me, please. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So if you really care, you would take the time out to deal with guests on that level. And when I'm talking about guests, I'm not even just talking about guests. Let's talk about ministry, right? So if I am a leader in a congregation, whether I'm the pastor, whether I'm a senior leader, whether I'm an elder or a minister, I want to deal with the people in the congregation with love. I want to deal with them with excellence as well. I want to have an opportunity to hear what it is that they have to say and know that their voice is being heard. But the difference in a business and a ministry, in the business, they can make different changes for you. They can make they can make different things for you to help you out with that process. But when it comes to ministry, there's a vision, and then we have to tap into the visionary and be in line with what the visionary is going after. So if you're in line with the visionary is going after, then you'll be able to get an understanding and help to push that vision further. So it's all about excellence. It's all about living a life of excellence. It's all about delivering excellence when you're dealing with people, no matter what the genre is, whether it's business, whether it's ministry, or even in an organization. So even if you're running a community organization and you're dealing with people in the community, you want to deal with them with a spirit of excellence. Amen? Amen. So let's do a quick overview. Our 15 minutes is almost up. I think we got like 3 more minutes. And then that'll be 15 minutes of inspiration. Again, today is week number 35. And week number 35, the topic in the book is customer service excellence. And knowing that there is customer service excellence and how we want to deal with our customers in an excellent way. So in dealing with customers in excellence, my mother used to always say, Teresa, treat people the way that you want to be treated. Because if you treat people the way that you want to be treated, then you're going to be treating people all right. I mean, you ain't going to hurt yourself, right? You ain't going to lie to yourself, right? You ain't going to cheat yourself, right? So if you aren't going to do those things to yourself, you shouldn't do them to other people. So just knowing that when we're navigating through this thing called life and we're building a business, building a ministry, and or building an organization, we want to treat people with dignity and respect. And treating them with dignity and respect, that leads to customer service excellence. So if you're servicing your customers, you want to service them out of a spirit of excellence. And when I talk about excellence, it's not just being perfect, because there's no such thing as perfect, right? There's perfection. We can strive for perfection. And perfect in the Bible means a level of maturity. So as we mature, we don't do the things that we used to do. I think about the things that I used to do and say in my 20s. Now that I'm in my 50s, I don't do and say those things the way that I used to. So let's go on and close out because our 15 minutes is up. We got 1 more minute left. So 1, you want to communicate clearly with your customers. 2, you want to always use positive language. You want to use a language that's positive and inviting. 3, you want to give credence to customer complaints. So if they have a complaint, you don't want to just negate it, like, oh, ain't nothing wrong with that girl. Go ahead on. You want to hear what they have to say. 4, you want to avoid servicing your customers expeditiously. You want to avoid rushing through that process. And then the 5th one is you want to know how to close the conversation. So in knowing how to close the conversation, you want to ask open-ended questions so that they can comment if they have anything else that they want to say. So is everything okay? And then they can say, is there anything else that you need from me? What questions do you have? Is there anything else I can help you with? Okay, one moment, and stuff like that. So all of that comes with training too. So if you have a business, you need to train your staff on how to deal with the customers. If you have a ministry, you need to train your leadership on how to deal with the congregation. If you have a nonprofit organization, you need to train the people that are volunteering for you on your board, whoever is dealing with the people on the front line. They need training so they can do it effectively and efficiently. All right, I hope you guys learned something in this 15 minutes of inspiration. I hope you all were inspired. I was inspired to be here, and happy belated Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was yesterday. We had an amazing time with our family, and I hope you had an amazing time with yours. Again, I am Teresa S. McCurry, the CIO, Chief Inspirational Officer of Inspire Me Incorporated, and I'm also the Senior Pastor at New Beginnings Ministry. And I come on here every Thursday at 2 o'clock with 15 minutes of inspiration coming out of the book, Running Things, the devotional journal for leaders. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you next Thursday. Be blessed, but most of all, be inspired. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.